Hi, I'm Adam. I work in IT and I'm a sperm donor. At the time I was deciding whether or not to become a sperm donor, my brother and his wife had had a miscarriage, unfortunately, and it meant that at the time I was kind of confronted quite full on with fertility and the issues around pregnancy. And it really brought home how many people that I knew actually directly that had had problems getting pregnant or having access to some things that people take for granted. So it really kind of pushed me to help others and become a donor. I chose the London Sperm Bank. It was the only one I knew about, really. There was no need to shop around and look for other places. It just seemed like a nice place to go. So on my first visit to the sperm bank, I filled in some paperwork about becoming a donor, and I gave a sample donation to check that I had actually healthy sperm and so on. Beyond that, there were various blood tests to make sure that I was STI clear. There was a genetic screening to make sure I had no disorders, and there was a general doctor's health check to make sure that I was physically healthy and well. The experience of donation was actually a lot more involved than I thought it was going to be. I had this imagination of just turning up, looking at a bit of pornography and then sort of being done in 10-15 minutes. I hadn't really imagined that I'd become part of the community of the sperm bank. I just thought, it'd be something that was anonymous, no one would ever speak to me. I had this imagination of a seedy little sort of basement somewhere, but it wasn't like that at all. It was much, much nicer. So several of my friends have asked me how much I get paid for it, and it is £35 per visit for out-of-pocket expenses, but it's never been about the cash for me, it's been about the donation itself. See, I got quite involved in the sperm bank just beyond donation as well, and I also got involved in writing articles for their blog. It's quite interesting to write the blog articles because it made me question myself and what I was doing, and some of the topics which got for me quite personal. It was interesting to publish those and see them on the internet. I've told everyone I know I'm a sperm donor. My friends all know, my family knows. I tell people I don't know particularly well I'm a sperm donor. It came out last night in a social situation. Someone was talking about trying to get pregnant. I outed myself as a sperm donor. It's not something I'm afraid to tell people. So one of the nice things I think about donating through the London Sperm Bank and London Women's Clinic is that I know my donations are going to good families that have been screened, they're going to be healthy, and be able to look after my genetic donation and know it's going to have a good life going forward. Yeah, I'm quite excited about meeting my donor offsprings. There's a little bit of apprehension about meeting children I've had no part in raising that are genetically, my offspring essentially. Will I disagree about how they've been raised? Will I like them as a human being? But these are questions that adults have to face. You can't choose your children. So generally it's just an excitement and sort of an anticipation of what they're going to be like. I had to write a pen sketch, which is a sort of letter to the children about information about who I am as a person, where I grew up, what my family are like, the experience I've had in my life, the sort of motivations I have and what makes me who I am. So there's details about running the marathon through to my childhood and my family and holidays abroad and so on. So one of the nice things about the pen sketch I found was that it's not just a static document. I can add to it as my life progresses. So I can just add in things if I get my own family or if I buy a dog. These things I can add into, which is great. So there's quite a big difference between being a donor and being a father, in my opinion. I think with a father you're helping raise a child, you're involved in that child's life. Really all I've done is contribute my genetic produce to the sort of beginning of this child's life. Beyond that, I'm not involved in it at all. My boyfriend and I have discussed in future maybe having our own children. We're not sure if we'll donate or if we'll adopt. It's something I think we'll discuss later on, but it's something we're certainly going to consider in future. I'm really proud to have been a sperm donor. I think it's a very positive thing to do in my life. I'm very excited about it and I'm really, really pleased to have done it.